Remember that popular trilogy of films about a killer whale and his friendship with a young boy that ultimately helped save his life and others around him? Well, today it seems only appropriate that I discuss one of the most famous underwater stories brought to cinematic life, Free Willy. This is one of those films I have a very early memory of watching. For some reason, I still remember its impact today. What's especially impressive is how it actually saved the life of a truly incredible creature. Keiko the whale is having a terrible life in a Mexican amusement park until he was ultimately given the role of Willy, and Warner Brothers continued to care for him even after filming had finished.
As for Free Willy itself, it's an above-average 90s family film that, while it adheres to a couple of the usual cliches of that era, it's still watchable. Despite the occasional cheesy dialogue and incredibly obvious villainous corporate boss, the eye-rolling is kept to a minimum, as the actors do work well and the environmental message is subtle rather than beating you over the head. Even the chemistry between Jason James Richter and Keiko proves to be very effective. So while it has moments that were in desperate need of a rewrite, it's a mildly enjoyable flick with a very important message intact. The universal story of a boy and his animal, not to mention a great marketing campaign from Warner Brothers, strong word of mouth, and a soundtrack contribution by Michael Jackson, helped make the film a major success in the summer of 1993. Like a lot of successful 1990s films, Free Willy got an animated series created by Nelvana, which reunited Jessie and Willy, but with one major difference. Jessie can now speak to animals, including Willy and a seal named Lucille. There's also an evil villain bent on destroying Willy and ruining the environment, so yes, it's completely ridiculous and silly and not particularly good. It also only went on for 11 episodes when it aired on ABC, so this was just another cash-in animated series that nobody wanted. Another non-surprise was a sequel being quickly produced, entitled The Adventure Home. Probably my least favorite entry in the Free Willy trilogy, this sequel has a good message and actually managed to predict a disastrous BP oil spill by about 14 years. However, it's still a tad generic on the story front, and the addition of Francis Capra as Jessie's half-brother is rather grating on the nerves. It's also got the typical undeveloped cliché villain who has no characteristic other than being evil. That said, the whale footage is great to watch, but this is a case where the nature on screen is more interesting than the human actors. But hey, it's the whale that people pay to see anyway. Finally, the story of Jessie and Willy concluded with Free Willy 3, The Rescue. Simply a generic save the environment type story that starts off interesting enough with showing the contrast of an exciting video game to the horrible effect of killing whales, but doesn't go far beyond what we expect from this sort of genre. The dialogue is particularly cheesy throughout the entire film, and the young child actor taking over for Jessie proves to be rather annoying at times. It's a premise that's run dry at this point, and you do have to wonder how many times they need to actually free Willy. At this point, the franchise just wasn't making as much money as it used to, and the cinematic adventures of Willy ended there.
After the film series finished, nature groups and trainers helped him try to bring Keiko back to the wild, but he still had a certain attachment to people, but still managed to hunt. In 2003, he found himself beached and soon died of pneumonia. However, his excellent performances in the Free Willy series will always be remembered. Recently, we did get a new Free Willy direct-to-video feature titled Escape from Pirates Cove, but I haven't seen it. Not to mention, it seems odd to make a Free Willy sequel without the original Willy. In conclusion, these are great films that are fairly cliché in almost every respect, yet they manage to bring out their messages in a subtle way without hammering it into the viewer. Plus, killer whales are such fascinating animals that just watching them splash and dive is terrific. See you next time.